You're listening to Community Voice PHL, an award-winning talk show that informs, engages, and inspires. Hey, thanks for listening in to another episode of Community Voice PHL Talk Show on WPPM LP Philadelphia. Community Voice is an award-winning talk show that highlights the value-based programs and services that are happening across the tri-state area and all across the nation. We'll bring you amazing individuals who are doing inspiring work to get you involved with building caring and prosperous communities right here in the tri-state area and across the nation again. So thanks again for tuning in to listening to Community Voice PHL Radio Talk Show, a show that informs, engages, and inspires. And as always, I'm excited and happy to be on the airways with you today because I always believe that every time we get on, we share information from individuals who are just doing amazing, inspiring things. And I know for a fact, put all money in the center of the table, that this guest today will not disappoint. And many of you probably already know this person once they get on the air. You'll be like, oh my God, glad he's on Community Voice. And you're probably going to get on me for saying, what took you so long to bring this person on? But I'm just teasing it out because everyone knows once again this person gets on, you know what I'm going to say about him. I already tipped it off with the gender. But yeah, I'm excited to have the guest on because he's someone doing some solid work, and I'm appreciative of everything that he's doing. But before we get to the guest, I want to just share that black men, brothers. I want to share with you an opportunity that I really do hope that you lean into. Part of our conversation with the guest today will mention a lot about what I'm going to say as my lead in, but I really hope you lean into this opportunity, focusing on black men's mental health. University of Pennsylvania, they're doing a study and they're looking for volunteers to take part. So are you a black man who is willing to talk about their mental health? If so, the University of Pennsylvania is seeking a one-time interview and survey completion. These interviews will get a chance to explore the mental health challenges of black men 18 and plus, 18 and over, talking about your experience, how you cope with things, and how you handle stress and de-stressing things in your life. So focusing on black men's mental health, the University of Pennsylvania is doing a study, and they're looking for black men 18 years and older to participate in the study. I actually had the privilege of taking part in one of these studies with Dr. Griffith and Emily Grant, who are the two facilitators of this study, as well as Kenneth Miles, who's doing the interviews as part of the study. It's really great. It's comprehensive, and it taps in on your wellness. The mental health, of course, is the portion of it, but it really delves into the wellness of the individual, and in this case, black men. There is that ongoing stereotype that black men don't take their mental health serious. I'm at a space now, and I could be wrong. If you have some disagreements, send an email to communityvoicephl@gmail.com. I really believe that pendulum is swinging in the other direction, where black men are taking their mental health more serious to the point where not only are they doing the things proactively to prevent any mental health stress challenges or whatnot, but they're actually going to therapy, going to groups, men's groups, and it's areas and sessions that can really help them in the space of mental wellness. I believe it's shifting. I believe, if we're using numbers, like if it was before 30% men don't go, now I believe it's 70% of men who do go. So, I just think it's a really change. So I want to put that out there again, focusing on black men's mental health. University of Pennsylvania, they're doing a study. They need participants to take part in the study so that they can gather information to continue to support black men and their mental health ages 18 and over. I'll have information about that in the show notes so that you can take part if you're interested, or if any of our sisters, mothers, aunts, cousins, nieces, and so forth know of a black man 18 and over want to take part. Please refer them to that information, which will again be in the Community Voice show notes, or email me at communityvoicephl@gmail.com, and I can have that information emailed to you accordingly. Or go to our social media, not Facebook. We are not on Facebook, our Instagram page, and you can see the link information on our Instagram page, which is Community Voice PHL. So just wanted to tease that up because that's some great work being done. And I wanted to share that because around this time of year, stressors can come into play. And some of those stressors often are mental health and wellness for Black men and for people in general, but this study is particularly for that demographic. So the guest that I have on the show today, phenomenal young brother. When I first met him, it was at Temple University. It was an event that I was doing, an employment fair that I was doing at Temple University, and he connected me with his team. And from that moment on, I know a lot of us can relate to this. When you meet someone like this, brother is not just standing on business as in just a button-up tie type thing, but standing on business with sincerity, with passion and commitment to making a difference. And I knew that from day one, how he again introduced me to his team, shared with me the scope and depth of the work that he was doing. And I must admit, I did not at first know about the organization he was working with. I soon later found out. Shame on me, because I should have. So I did my research and study. And so now I know a lot about the National Center for Urban Solutions. And I'm excited to bring on the executive director of the National Center for Urban Solutions, Dymiere Finch, to on Community Voice PHL Talk Show. So Dymiere, thanks for being on Community Voice PHL Talk Show. Appreciate you, good brother.
My guy, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
You are welcome. You're welcome. Trying to get your okay, now we got a little technical difficulties. There we go. Try to get him on the big screen. We're on radio, so everybody on radio, you didn't know what I was doing, but those who are watching on YouTube, you can be like, oh yeah, now we got him on camera. So that was the good thing. I was trying to get him squared away on camera because he's always dapper. Look at him. This is the dude. This is the dude. I know you're out there often see me, but I have on my suit and jacket and stuff like that. This is my inspiration. No, on the real, that we are always, when we're out and about, and I'm being lighthearted, but being serious at the same time. We're always out and about. Dymiere is always dapper like he is. And so too am I, of course, today, my casual day. And we're always like, man, you looking sharp.
The black man thing. Like, oh, you looking good.
Yeah.
Right. That's you, brother.
That's for sure. So again, but seriously, thanks for being on the show. Executive Director for National Center for Urban Solutions. And I talked about, of course, the lead in with mental health. That is one of the things that the center does. But you all do so much more, and we can even talk about the event you're going to be having tomorrow. But give everybody a little background about who you are, because I just, when I do my research on guests, right, I found out something that I did not know about you. You hoop, huh?
Yeah. I hooped for, basically a large portion of my life, and that's what got me through college.
That's what's up. Yeah. So, high five. So too did I, bro. I mean, it gets you through, right?
You gotta get to college and pay for it.
So there you go. So yeah, a little small nugget I learned see, that's what happened, folks. When you do research, find out stuff. And I never knew. All this time I did not think you couldn't hoop or nothing like that, but like, oh my God, he's a hooper. So good stuff. About yourself, share with our listening audience.
Yes, sir. So for those listening, that might not know me at all.
How about that? Those two people that those two who don't know him.
Born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. Mm-hmm. We had an opportunity to do some work here in Philadelphia and in Pittsburgh in 2020. So our CEO came to me with the opportunity to move out here and be a part of us starting up that office and that new venture. Had never been to Philadelphia, never visited, didn't have any family out here, but knew that this was a city full of opportunity, and I could always, go back home or have a plan B. So kind of moved to Philly, packed up my car, didn't know anybody, and just had to make the most of it. So been out here rocking and rolling pretty much ever since. Went to Central State University. That's where I played ball in college as a point guard. Graduated from there. Also a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Cool.
So yes, sir.
That's what's up. So you've been in Philly for long enough. So I got to ask this question. I ask all my guests, particularly if
I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready.
Eagles fan?
I am not an Eagles fan. Cleveland Browns.
So
yeah, I gotta stay true.
So now I gotta say this: the opinions that are stressed on this show are opinions not of the station, but those of Dymiere. Because he's not an Eagles fan, so let's not hold that against him. But
I do support though.
Nah, man, that's different, man. That's different.
It is different. It is different. I just support, and I especially once they made the move at quarterback to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Y'all got my support.
Okay.
But I'm a Cleveland Browns fan.
Okay. Well, don't say that out loud. Don't say it out. Nah, I just tease with you because everybody on the radio station, everybody who listens knows I'm not an Eagles fan either. Atlanta Falcons all day, every day.
Dirty
So
Birds.
yeah, Dirty Birds. That's right.
Gotcha,
So
yeah.
we won't forget the 28-3 situation. So don't mention that
Ooh,
again. Don't.
you gonna ruffle some feathers.
Yeah. So don't. Let's get back into the show here. National Center. So again, when I lead it, I met you at the employment fair, and I kind of was naive, as I mentioned, about the center and all the work that you all were doing. But then as I began to do my research and we started connecting all throughout the city, I realized there was a depth of opportunities and resources and services that you're offering. So with the center right now, where do you see yourself at positioning with the exposure that you're offering to the community and the awareness of services that you're bringing to people that are, standing in need of what you have to offer?
Yeah, so right now we're in a place of growth, in a place of expansion. How do we deliver these services to more people and have a larger impact, right? And still keep the quality about the product that we're trying to deliver, right? So we've been doing a plethora of programming. I'll mention a few of the larger ones. So statewide, since 2020, we do a non-custodial parent program, and that's where we connected for the employment opportunities. So we engage all of the non-custodial parents statewide in finding sustainable employment opportunities and wraparound services before they're sent up state road, before their driver's license is suspended, before you take any sort of repercussion. Give us an opportunity to work with them, get them sustainable employment so that everybody can be happy. The courts can start to receive those payments. The custodial parent gets the money that they put the support order out for, and then that non-custodial parent is making all obligations to be in that child's life. So that's a program. For example, last year we connected 885 individuals to sustainable connections that averaged at over $21 an hour. And if the state minimum wage is still $7.25, that's impact right there. That's the stuff that we're looking to do. That we're doing the mental wellness, and we've been doing that on a monthly basis for the last 3 years. And that's really picked up and grew a lot over the years. That's every last Thursday of the month. We call that Real Men, Real Talk. Just making sure that we can open up a safe space for Black men to speak freely and be vulnerable, right? We need a place where we can look forward to going and dumping, right? Because normally that's the barbershop. Normally that's the bar, right? So trying to offer a healthy way where men of all walks of life, whether you're a working individual, whether you're really struggling with something down in your luck right now, you should always be able to fall into somewhere, have a network and be able to connect with individuals.
So with that the mental health and wellness sessions that you have, are you starting to see any of the rollover into how it's really helping the communities that you're servicing? Because you have it at different places every month, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So are you beginning to see any of that? Because I believe so, but I just want to see from your aspect, are you seeing it from the work?
Wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly. And what we also are seeing is people come back, like reoccurring people, individuals that we might not see them on a monthly basis, right? But they know, like, if I need something, I can go to this session. And we've seen reoccurring people, we've seen familiar faces. And then we have also started to add in the component of the mental health screenings with the session, right? So if you are experiencing something, or if you feel compelled that you need to speak more, right? We have an assessment that we can do to connect you to care.
What does that screening look like? Is it like a survey type thing or questionnaire? How does that look? So if someone comes in and says, hey, I want to take the mental health screening to see where I'm at with my wellness, how does that look?
Have you ever taken a love language test?
I have. Don't get me started.
Now we're gonna save that for the Dirty Birds in Atlanta. But it's much like that, where we're asking questions and you just give an honest opinion about where this might be, whether that's an A or B, or whether that's a 1 through 4. And it's a grading scale that goes with both metrics. That can kind of tell us where you might be as to, you don't need help at this moment, but let's monitor it. Hey, let's connect you to somebody right now. Hey, let's follow up, right? And there's different steps to that. And then we've also kind of created a pathway to different partners. So like a DBHIDS, like a Ocean Family Services. Both of those organizations have been doing a lot as far as mental wellness and kind of being the liaison to do the therapy.
Gotcha. You have them there on site in case someone does, range into a category where they may need some assistance at that moment.
Yes, sir. We
Yeah.
always have therapists on site.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah,
right? You might hit a nerve and somebody is compelled, or
Right.
So
Right.
let's handle this.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. That's some good. So when is the next one coming up, or is it?
The next one coming up is on the 24th. I'm sorry,
Okay.
24th, and that's going to be up in Germantown at a gym called Nard Fitness. Partnering with Nard Fitness on this
Gotcha.
month's Real Men, Real Talk and mental wellness session to also bring in a bit of the physical engagement with it. So we're going to be doing a small physical engagement with a story therapy.
Story therapy. I like that. So give us a little bit about that. What is the story therapy?
Yes. So it's a man by the name of Yogi Din out here that does yoga.
Okay.
And he does it with a story.
Yeah.
And based on what it is that you might want to focus on, whether that's grief, whether that's trust, whether that's anything, there are a plethora of stories that you can kind of touch on or speak through as you're going through those different activities to kind of put you in the space.
Gotcha. Shout out to Yogi Din. He was a guest on the show. That's why I smiled. I know that brother. He's doing some great stuff.
Great brother. So
So in the scope of all what you're trying to accomplish, not even say trying to, what you're going to accomplish as executive director, what are some of like the key things you want our viewers and listening audience to know about the National Center for Urban Solutions? Because of course you teased in and leaned in about the mental health aspect. Is that just for men, or is it just, or are you going to have some for women as well? How does that work?
Yeah, that's for men and for women.
Okay.
Right. So what we do know is the women, they show up and they show out. Right. And they normally do have the resources for them because they show up and show out. The men don't. Right. So we had to lead with the men because we know the women will come.
Right.
So starting, I believe that was like June, we started to also do it for the women as well. So in September, we had a very large Real Men Real Talk at Simon Gratz High School, partnered with Wallow. We had about 450 individuals.
Wow.
Over 150 were women.
Wow.
Right. And they had some stuff that they wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's
right.
Good.
Yeah,
that's
and
good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Opening that space for them.
So again, back to what are your goals that you set for your tenure as executive director and growth and exposure? What are some of the things our viewers and our listening audience can know about the work that the center is doing to help support and take part?
Yeah. So specifically in a time like right now, we're gearing up for our 5th annual Black Men's Wellness Day. And that'll be the first Saturday in June every year. Got that with a proclamation through City Hall. Shout out to Mayor Sherelle Parker.
Shout out.
But I would love for them to know that the first Saturday in June every year, no matter what the year is, we'll be doing this Black Men's Wellness Day in the city. And this is where we are mobilizing free health screenings and bringing the clinic directly to the community. The most fun that you can possibly have at a doctor's appointment, right?
That's a good way to tab it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a space for the whole family with the focus on the man. So we'll have free health screenings for men, women, and children. But we'll have even pavilions specific to the man, the woman, and the child.
Will you bring it together in family, or is it just specific to men, women, and children?
No, then that's a family event, right? So maybe over here, out in the outside grass area, we'll have Nike and the kids and a fun bounce house and face paint and all of that. We'll have a tent that'll have specific women's screenings, right? To go with the things that we're delivering for the men. So yes, we want this is the event for the man, but hey, bro, bring your wife.
Yeah.
Bring your kids too, because we have stuff for them and y'all should all be able to be here all day.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's some great stuff, man. So what got you involved in this space, man? Because, young brother like yourself, sharp, intuitive with business acumen, you could have chose a different route to go on for your pathway to success and been great at it. But what made you say, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, I think that's a two-pronged answer. So I would say that the work found me. I was not in the greatest space with still the college degree, all of these different things. Was kind of just down on my luck. Ran into the now president of the organization. And he kind of like pulled me in, interview, and it was like, hey, we're gonna take a chance on you. And even with that chance, they sent me out here. And I said it's two-pronged because I was only working for the organization for 3 or 4 months before I moved to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Right. That's that's
Yeah.
a piece within itself that
Yeah,
they
for
moved me to
sure.
Philly in
Yeah.
3 months. But I had a brother that was supposed to come out here with me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I moved out here in, let's say, July, August.
Mm-hmm.
That same brother got killed in front of my
Oh,
house
wow.
in September,
Wow.
right? A month,
Mm-hmm.
2 months removed from me kind of being fully in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
he got shot in the heart and robbed,
Jeez.
right?
Mm.
And he was supposed to move out here with me. The reason he was held back was he had a baby on the way,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason.
Mm-hmm.
He was a person who, woke up every day with a smile on his face, happy, ready to go at the day and attack the day for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So since then, I've just been carrying it kind of like much of the same way, right? Where if I wake up, this is another opportunity to be grateful for, make the most out of, and see how I can give back, especially being a tangible young Black man.
Yeah, yeah, and accessible too, man.
Yeah.
And I say that for our listeners and viewers that Dymiere is accessible, and sometimes you hear about executive director, and that's a lofty title for sure. One he has definitely earned it. Anyone else in that position, I'm sure they may have earned it as well. But sometimes you hear those positions, you don't think that you can access that person because of their title, their busyness, and so forth. But again, and kudos to you, man. And if I did not know you were the executive director the day I met you, I would probably think that you had not a lesser position, but a position that really, puts itself into being more in the community. So kudos to you for being an accessible executive director for all those who are in that space. And I say that because your work demands that. It demands that you be with the people, and that's where you're at, bro. It's never a moment when you're not out there touching base and changing lives. And I'm sure you don't wear an executive director shirt, so
No,
so they don't
I
know
really
that.
don't, because I have a young team as well.
Right,
So
right.
everywhere we go, they're like, "That's my boss." Like, don't, please. We work
Yeah,
together, y'all.
right. And so, and mentioning that, because that's how it was the day I met you. It was just like, nah, you were deferring with humbleness, because they was
Please,
just like, this is my boss. You're like, nah,
because we do all the work
you all work
together.
together. Yeah,
I would be crazy to sit right here and say, "Hey, everything in Philly is me."
yeah,
Absolutely not.
yeah,
I have a
yeah.
strong team.
And a strong, great team. Yeah. What's the expression in Remember the Titans? Attitude, leadership follows attitude.
Yeah.
So there you go. So your team is definitely follow you in that regard. So we're actually beginning to wrap up on this segment, because it always go great when we got a good guest. Time flies by.
Yeah, it flew.
Yeah. What are some of the things that I know you mentioned, of course, the monthly events, but what are some of the things that the center is doing that people can say, hey, I can volunteer, I can support, I can join in doing that? Because of all the things you're doing across the city, I'm sure you could use some additional supports in some way.
Yes. So we have basically three or four support groups, right? We have a support group or a committee, I would like to say, for everything mental wellness for men and for women. So we got a committee for that. We have a committee for the Wellness Day, and that's for men, women, and children. And then we have a committee for what we want to do on workforce. So that's light lift for anybody that would like to just come and share their input. And that more so looks like us making decisions with the community, where we want to go, because we can't deliver something to the community that they're not looking for. Right. And it's let me preface that there's a way in which you can with expanding the mind, but when you want to deliver something and make it right the first time, it's good to have the messengers in the room.
No, I get you at that. Are there certain communities or areas of the city that you are saying, I want to get there? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just throwing stuff out. Like, is it like Erie Avenue? You want to get there, Kensington? You know what I mean? So,
I would say South.
South.
I have some inroads to make with South Philly.
Okay, South Philly. I hope y'all listening.
If South Philly is listening, my email is Finch, Finch at ncusolutions.com. Would love to speak to anybody South Philly.
There you go.
Shameless plug.
No, that's what you do when you got the mic. Anton Moore. Do you know Anton Moore?
Yes, and he's about to get a street.
Okay. Yes, I saw that. I saw that.
Yes.
So I was going to say Anton is a good colleague of mine. So Anton, if you are listening, which you normally do, reach out to Dymiere. He's trying to make those inroads there. I don't know, Anton. I don't know when your street dedication will be, but me and Dymiere, we're gonna put it on our calendar and we're gonna try and roll up there on you, because he needs your support in that area. So any other areas that you would need support in that you can think of? And I know it's off the top of the head because you're already covering the city in a full capacity, but
no, I got you. This is something I often think about. So we're good in West Philly. I live in West, so I walk those streets. do a lot in North already.
Mhm.
We need Northeast. We
Mhm.
need all surrounding counties. So
Mhm.
Montco,
Mhm.
Delco, anything as far as those counties go, and anything right over the bridge, Camden.
Oh, so okay, so you're trying to branch out because it is, of course, National Center for Urban Solutions. So you're trying to branch out beyond a tri-state, or how far do you guys want to go? You want to go back up to Cleveland?
Well, I know one of the questions you asked is like my goal. My goal
Right.
is to have a large footprint East Coast.
Gotcha.
Because
Gotcha.
me moving to Philly was
Mhm.
as far east as we have been.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
trying to see and push that barrier to see New York, New Jersey,
Got you.
Baltimore,
Got you. Okay.
DC.
Okay. Well, look, man, let's make that happen because I know some people, right? And we can definitely get you down to the DMV area, and a couple of places up in the city, New York, New York. So let's make this happen, bro. And I know we're always going to stay connected anyway. So I'm just putting it out there in the airways that we're going to make this happen.
Power in the tongue. And
There you go.
then before we get off, let
Mhm.
me shout out the job fair tomorrow.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna give you time to do that, bro.
Okay, yeah. So tomorrow, partner with Temple University and Mike Robinson, and also the office of Jeffrey Young, councilman out of the 5th District. We are hosting what I would think might be the largest job fair in the city this year. We have over 1,700 individuals registered.
Wow.
And if you're listening, one thing we know about our folks, they do not register. So seeing 1,700 come through registration is already a great sign. But we also have over 105 employers that not only are coming looking to talk and interview individuals looking to hire. And I know that that's big with this city. Not just coming and acting like it's opportunities, but actually coming with those opportunities looking to hire.
And that's important because, as you mentioned, sometimes these job fairs are just exercises in futility just to get the company's name and reputation out there to say, we were at the job fair. But again, with the work that you're doing, and shout out again to Mike Robinson and Councilmember Young, these are opportunities where they're actually going to walk away with jobs. And Mike and yourself, you guys often post out, I don't know if you put it on social media, but I know I get your emails where you show how many people came, how many people got hired. So folks, if you're out there listening, if you're searching for a job or career changing and just looking for some opportunities, please come out to the event. And I'll have it in the show notes. It's tomorrow at what time again, Dymiere?
10 to 3.
10 to 3. It's going to be the major job fair in the city. So again, if you're career changing, looking for new opportunities or looking for employment opportunities, come on out there because there will be employers who are looking to hire on the spot. And some of you might even walk away for a job the next day, depending on the type of, employer that's hiring. But for sure, this is not just a show of numbers. It's a show of support and show of love. So, Dymiere, I'm going to give you the last final words. If you have any motivational statements, quotes, or insight that you want to drop on the people, because I know that you do, we can do that. And then we can wrap up for the show for today.
Okay. I wasn't ready for this one.
Oh,
but
come on, man. Please.
I do like to, especially for the men listening, I do like to extend this small piece, right? It's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to stay that way, right? So any man that is in a season, and I call it a season because you're only there for a brief time, but any man that might be in a season that of discomfort, of grief, of anything, it's okay to not be okay, right? It's okay to feel that. It's okay to be in that space and identify those emotions, right? Because we have to get over them. But what I'm telling you very directly is it's not okay to stay that way. We got to identify it, move on, and be better men for our community and for our families.
There you go. See, mic drop. That's what I'm talking about. He's talking about he's not ready for it. He is always ready, brother. Don't ever, you see him out walking about Philly, don't always.
Please stop me.
Please stop him because he will always have something ready for you, because he's like a Rolodex of information and connections. And I say that in all sincerity because that's the scope of the work that he does. And that's the type of, professional young man, brother, and colleague in this arms of work that he is. He's always has something ready for you. So he's always, and as I mentioned before, he's always accessible. So thanks again for being on Community Voice PHL Talk Show. We will have you back on at a future date, definitely before the June event next year. We'll definitely have you on before that to help promote that. And if anything comes up that we can support, let Community Voice know. We'll be glad to share it over the air. So, you know what? If you want to have any insight about this episode, please send us an email to communityvoicephl@gmail.com. And follow us on all of our platforms, which is all titled the same, Community Voice PHL Talk Show. That's our Instagram. That's our Facebook. That's our YouTube channel. That's our Apple Podcast. So please follow us and get the information that you need to empower and build up on your community. So again, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Jeff Jones, host of Community Voice PHL Talk Show. Had the pleasure of talking with my good brother, good colleague in arms, Dymiere Finch from the National Center for Urban Solutions. Information about all of what he talked about will be in the show notes. Get with him and get the support that you need and support his great effort and his great organization. And that's all the time we have. And remember, if it's happening in your community, we need to hear your voice. Peace, and we are out.